What's up, family? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be getting into these videos about these Venezuelan gangs who's come over here across the border to the United States, and they causing hell, man. I don't really know what to make of this, but we're finna watch a couple of videos and see what we can come up with. So let's get right to it. And make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, man.
And in other places,
murders, sex trafficking, kidnappings, and money laundering. Just some of the crimes linked to members of the Tren de Aragua, a transnational criminal gang from Venezuela. Local and federal officials warn that the gang is crossing the U.S.-Mexico border in record numbers to operate within the United States. Tren de Aragua originated within the walls of Venezuela's Tocaron prison. The gang's leaders established a mini empire within the prison, complete with amenities like swimming pools and restaurants. From there, they coordinated and controlled their criminal enterprises. The organization has strategically expanded its operations, using migration paths to set up new bases throughout South and Central America, eventually moving north and establishing a presence in the U.S. Senator Bill Cassidy of Louisiana says, if left unchecked, they will unleash an unprecedented reign of terror, mirroring the devastation it has already inflicted in communities throughout Central and South America, most prominently in Colombia, Chile, Ecuador, and Peru. U.S. Homeland Security officials say there are now more than 100 ongoing investigations involving suspected gang members, with criminal charges pending against members in at least 5 states, including New York, where the New York City Police Commissioner calls them ghost criminals. The ongoing gang problem raises further questions about the vetting process at the U.S. southern border. Venezuela currently does not share criminal records with U.S. authorities.
I've heard it referred to almost as a ghost criminal. Everything about that individual could potentially be misrepresented.
And why does that make them dangerous?
Because if you come here and we can't even track you, we're not even sure of who you are.
The gang's expansion into the U.S. has been marked by a series of high-profile...
And it's crazy because you got Kamala Harris and them saying that undocumented immigrants are no harm and they're good. We should take care of them and all these different things. But you can't even track them. If they out here doing what they doing, you can't even track them. It's crazy, bro. We're gonna get into it some more. But y'all know that they done took over a whole apartment complex, bro. And I ain't even sure if this apartment complex is of some black people. I'm not even sure, because I don't even think black people will let that slide. Let it roll, bro.
...activities and a growing number of arrests at the U.S. southern border. Last month, Border Patrol agents arrested 10 people with suspected ties to the Venezuelan gang. For Straight Arrow News, I'm Lauren Taylor.
The Tren de Aragua, which is a vicious gang, began in Venezuela and left a trail of blood going through countries like Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, and so on, is now fully operational here in the U.S. according to U.S. authorities, operating out of places like Chicago and Miami, with the latest incident occurring in Miami. This guy right here, unalived a police officer, and then they stuffed him in the vehicle. So basically the Joe Biden administration is allowing all these people to come here, and they clearly cannot guarantee American safety.
For real, bro. And I think anybody voting for that administration, bro, is a fool, man. For real. We can't use identity politics at this point, bro. Identity politics is out the window, because you see this stuff right here happening, bro. It ain't reached us yet. Wait a minute. Let me bag this up. Let me be real, because I don't think they attacked any black people yet. And I'm not saying black people are special, but it seems like they got it out for a certain type of people. But my thing is, though, we are considered the bottom of the totem pole in this country, and if we allow them to come in and take over and do something that we never had the balls to do, where does that leave us once they do take over all these people that so-called governs us? Then what that leaves us? Under them. And I don't think we need to be there. I think we need to fix that real quick. Real quick. Don't do it for don't do it for them. Do it for ourselves. I'm just saying, black folk, we got enough rage and enough hate in us to do it. So when it starts, or when you see one of them, because I ain't gonna lie, I've been seeing a big amount of the mugs here where I stay at. I mean, more than normal. I'm keeping an eye out, though, on some real stuff. I'm keeping an eye out, man. Y'all should, too.
Back in the end of June, there was a brutal jewelry heist in Denver done by 8 men. And one of the men actually was caught in Texas and Homeland Security has now turned him over to the Denver County, and they have confirmed that he is connected with a Venezuelan gang. The robber who was caught in Texas now sits in the Denver County with $1 million bond. He's only 21 years old, but also the other 7 are still on the run and probably long gone. But this does clear up the discrepancy now, whether they were Venezuelan or not. Clearly Venezuelan, but y'all let me know y'all thoughts below.
You know, man, it's like they really running around here in the U.S. and ain't nothing being done about it. Yeah, they'll lock up 1 or 2 of them, but it's still a bunch of them still out there running around. And you think that dude is gonna throw away his loyalty to tell them where the other members at? Nah, bro. Come on, man. Them folks loyal. They loyal to they crew, man. That's one thing we ain't got here in the U.S. We ain't got loyalty. I don't know how that's gonna work out for us, but I know me, I'm gonna protect me and mine. For real. It's gonna come to a point though, where we're gonna have to stand and fight for our neighborhoods, because they gonna start coming in there. They already said they in the suburbs somewhere. They in the suburbs, and they done already tried to take somebody home over there. So, I mean, look, time to get up, man. Wake up, y'all.
You know, tonight I was watching the news, and I'm watching the news, and I'm going through all these different news networks to make sure that they're all saying the same damn thing. It seems as if these guys that just attacked these New York City police officers not too long ago, these migrants that weren't responding to commands from the police officer, that were loitering outside of one of the migrant shelter buildings, 4 or 5 of them were all tied to that Venezuela Tren de Aragua or something gang, and there's talk of them possibly joining some MS-13 gang here as well. Then we have the shooter at the parade, that's he's some illegal that's here. And then we have the fella, the migrant, the teenager that just got picked up in New York that shot at a security officer when he was trying to mug somebody and hit an innocent bystander that was paying for a pair of shoes. And then 2 police went on chase to chase this kid down, and he shot at them twice before being apprehended. I mean, I don't know, people. There's a huge issue right now.
Man, and you know,
and it's confirmed that these guys are many of their drug cartels.
You know what, bro? The new young policemen of this day, they ain't never dealt with no armed and dangerous gang members. Nah, you can't even compare them to the gang members of today, especially the black gang members, because they killing each other. These gang members are killing other people outside of themselves, bro. They ain't killing no Mexicans. They not killing no Hispanic people. Nah, bro, they killing other people outside of them. And that's the dangerous part. That's the dangerous part. Because one thing about it, I don't know what it is, man, but with black people and black gangs, they so socially brainwashed to the point where they scared to shoot at anybody else. But if they see somebody look like them, they shoot with no hesitation. But these gangs are different. You got to think about it. They don't care. They ain't shooting no Hispanics here. They probably done shot Hispanics back in Southern America, but here they ain't shooting no Hispanics here. They shooting anybody that don't look like them and got something that they need. That's how it is, man. Come on, bro. They running and shooting at the police. How often you see that with a black gang member? Not often. Ain't too many black gang members got the balls to do nothing like that. And policemen of this country know that. But you know what I say, though? I say that the police of this country is getting a karma. It's karma. It's karma, man. It's karma. All of the black lives, they done took the innocent black lives unarmed. And I just think like this country is getting this karma too. You know, I seen this commercial one time where they put fleas inside of a jar, right? And the fleas would try, when they first got put in the jar, they would try their best to get out of the jar. But when you put the cap on it and they would still be trying to get out. But about a week or so, or a week or two, bro, they would stop. And even when he took the jaw cap off, they wouldn't try to get out. And that explained that you can actually oppress them to a point where they don't even try to fight. They don't even try to fight back. And I'm not promoting or inciting any kind of violence or anything, just so you know the air can be clear about that. But what I'm saying is that if you don't have the will to fight and you see gangs come from other countries coming over here busting at the police with no hesitation, that tell you your mind has been brainwashed.
Here, or the not drug cartels, but the Venezuelan gangs are here, and they're getting together. They're coming together. They are building. They are trying to come together in communities. I don't know how many videos I've seen of police officers having to go into migrant shelters to break things up, and then end up getting attacked and swarmed by migrants that are in the shelter, refusing to listen, refusing to comply. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting, the fact that this is going on all across the United States now. And it's not just sanctuary cities anymore. These people are showing up in states that are not sanctuary cities. When I was down in Tennessee, you can see the amount of Hispanic people that were there. It's not normal to see in that area, especially that time of year. And even the fellas in the shops and stuff down there were making comments about, man, this is crazy, you know, with the amount of migrants and stuff that we're seeing here. We've never seen this before. And now all of a sudden there's reports on the news in Middle Tennessee of buses dropping off migrants and stuff there. It's happening everywhere. It ain't just happening where people were saying it was happening anymore, and that's it. It's happening everywhere.
Yeah.
This is absolutely crazy. And I think people in general need to be ready for what's going to happen in the future. And most of you guys are asleep. There may come a time where we have to protect and defend our own families and neighborhoods and stuff like that, and we don't have enough law enforcement to do so. We don't have enough law enforcement to help us.
Oh, them facts.
It's pretty scary.
Yeah, police ain't gonna be able to help.
I know where they come from, it's ruthless. They emptied out their prisons, they emptied out their jails, their leadership there don't want them back anymore. It's been in their own news over there that they don't want them back. They couldn't afford to keep them. And on top of that, the nasty people that they are, they're ending up here in the neighborhoods with our families and children. And their kids are being taught just like they were taught back home, here. And we're putting up with it. We're allowing it to happen, and allowing these children to take up, their children to take up spots in our schools, because every single child gets allotted a certain amount of money for that seat being taken in that school. So they're going to fill up as many as they possibly can. And then when you start seeing like mayors and stuff coming forward, talking about how illegals are more important, the focus on their well-being and stuff right now is more important than anything else, that should be a huge, huge red flag and an eye-opening statement and observation.
That's all about the money. That's why they saying that. He just said it. They allotted a certain amount of money for that child filling up that seat. Of course, they're gonna support the immigrants coming in.
That they don't give a shit about you anymore, and they've blatantly, openly spoke and said that, and you ain't gonna do nothing about it. And I think by election time, there ain't nothing you can do. Even when election time hits, before you really see an effect of anything being done, it would have already been too late. Well, that's all I got for now, guys. Wake up call. Wake up call, start paying attention. You'll see. You'll see.
Well, gang, I'm gonna just say, bro, you know, we know that it's a lot of, man, evil, demonic, underhanded stuff going on in this country. When are we gonna step up and do something about it? Because at this point, if they can run around rampant and free like that, we should be able to too, right? But now it's kind of different because when you born here, you're born a slave. So it's certain things you can't do that they can because they wasn't born here. So the statute of limitations is different for them, totally different for them. Why you think they ain't running them down like that? Yeah, they caught one, maybe two, but that's just to make it seem like they're doing something about it. What if the plot is that they want them to run rampant so we can fight it out with them? I don't know if their plan is to allow black people and those immigrants to fight it out until they kill each other off. But they did say that that gang is overflooding Chicago now, and now they're trying to link up with some Chicago Hispanic gangs like MS-13. If that happens, and if Chicago gangs allow that to happen, and I'm gonna just say this because I don't support no gang, but if Chicago gangs allow that to happen, they get what they deserve. They get what they deserve. And the reason why I say that because if you can kill somebody that looks like you with ease, but let somebody that ain't even from there, not even from this country, come in and take over, yeah, you deserve everything you got coming to you. And I'm just saying, because I'll be damned that if I'm a gang member and I've been keeping up with all this stuff that's going on with this Venezuelan gang, and I heard they coming to my city, oh, we finna lock that down. Man, I'm finna make some calls. Hey, look, I heard they coming through, man. Y'all keep an eye out on these boys, man. We got the south side. We already called them boys on the north side. Did that in the third, and we gonna lock it down. Hey, and y'all need to call the oppositions and let them know too. Because at this point, we don't need to be beefing with each other. Those are the calls that would have been made if I was a gang member and they was coming into my city. But I ain't even hearing nobody knocking their tops off. I ain't heard none of that, you know. But hey, it is what it is. I ain't got too much more to say on that. Y'all get in the comments and let me know what y'all think, man. But this is your boy Bo, and I'm signing out, telling you to stay up, stay down. Most importantly, though, stay real.